back to the front, like Metallica said it way in the past. Front is also a Finnish band of black metal, death metal, and a little bit thrash and some Motorhead. And now they are back with their second CD release called Antichrist Militia. It took a few years to these guys to make a new CD. Now, after all, their initial debut album, initial CD I was going to say, or LP, that matter, came out already in 2016, and that was a nice addition to the extreme metal of Finnish scene, being a little bit different than most of the extreme metal bands, be it death metal or black metal. Front did totally something different, kind of a nodding to old school ways and also some modern bands, but with very own kind of touch. Now, 4 years later, the band is back, but this time with an MCD or MLP. This mini release is about 22 minutes, so it's a little bit shorter than the previous one, but rest assured the style is roughly, well, more than roughly the same, but I would say the band is now better than previously. I think they have a little bit topped up their game, and the result is nice. So Antichrist Militia is all about pounding death metal, kind of a screaming black metal, with a little bit of hints of thrash and Motorhead. Might sound too complicated, but rest assured it is not. Let's take a look at the band's Metal Archive site so you can take a look at it while I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the band. So the discography here is kind of a short and sweet. Debut 2015, then this full-length album next year, and now Antichrist Militia, of which tracklist is here. I'm gonna explain this while I just pack the CD again. As you can see, only 6 tracks and not too lengthy ones here included, which I think is good for this band, because these kind of songs, which are, even though kind of a dynamic, I mean the tempo shifts from fast to mid-tempo, even kind of a slowish parts, but it makes sense. These are not the kind of songs you want to hear for, I don't know, 8, 10, whatever minutes, but kind of a keep it in compact, being pounding. It's like an, I don't know, mixed martial arts fight. It's not gonna last for 15 minutes unless the guys are a little bit dodging and avoiding combat, but more about pounding straight to the face, and it's over before you are like ready for it. And then it's time to give another spin for the album, which is, I think, very much deserving it. That is, the album actually, or MLP for that matter, can actually, you know, be listened for multiple times without getting you bored. There's enough dynamics to make sure of that. And when the vocals and the production is right there to support the music, why the hell not? Now, the previous album was already kind of the basis for the whole band. I mean, it had already the sound and the vision the band was all about. And that's, I think, mostly because these guys are no newbies. They have a lot of experience with different bands. So if you take a look at this band's members page, you will see that each of these guys have their veteran shoes already filled with an amount of different projects. So coming to this band, they already knew what they were going to sound like and what they were going to do and which kind of music they were going to get done. And in my opinion, Iron Overkill, being as a good album, it's hard to top that unless you really start focusing on the details and trying to make all the little pieces even more a little bit better. And I think the band has actually succeeded with Antichrist Militia, because now it feels like the band is getting even more polished. Not polished by the ways of, you know, getting very smooth sound and all that stuff, but understanding what could be better this time. And I think they really nail it. Also, it helps that this is a little bit shorter, because this is the kind of stuff you probably don't want to listen for 45, 60 minutes. But then again, I might be wrong, because obviously this mini CD or mini LP can be listened to multiple times without getting you bored. So there are sides and sides to both kind of ideas. Now, like I said, the style of being kind of a hybrid between death metal and black metal especially requires certain kind of vocals to fit the both styles. So instead of being rather typical screamy black metal vocals, or on the other hand typical growly vocals by death metal bands, this is somewhere between, you know, kind of nodding to both worlds, and as such picking the best parts of both worlds. So this is definitely a kind of a hard niche genre to have this kind of a blackened death trash, because obviously you won't be able to appeal all the crowds there. You won't be able to get them all to like this. For death metal fanatics, this might be too black metal. For black metal fanatics, this might be just way too death metal. And those of Motorhead, well, it's too kind of extreme metal for them. But when the dosage is just right, you will get to feel like, okay, these guys really nail it. And in my opinion, these are among the best bands to blend these different styles together. So I think they're even kicking ass of so many older veteran bands of the subgenre. And as such, I think for this very much worth checking out. Now for the time being, doing this review, some of the songs are not out for the new album. There might be a little bit later on, so in case they are not when this release gets out, review gets out a couple of days before the actual release date, be back to sure to check out when the songs are right there. This album is out 5th of June 2020, and I was told that with the release date the songs will be there on Bandcamp, so you will actually get to hear this fully when it's out. But in case you already know what to expect and you want to buy it, there you have it. It's pre-ordered for the labels and whatever. So check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. Looking forward to your comments. Put them on the comments box below and I'll get back to you. See ya and bye bye.